So, a little while ago, myself and a bunch of other content creators got together with Funcom community managers Andy and Nicole for another Community Chaos stream. Last time we fought against the Purge, but this time we're building Taverns with a twist. All the other content creators that participated are on screen now, and most of them did stream the event. Their links will be in the description, so do check out their coverage as well. Now, we weren't just building taverns, no, as I mentioned earlier, there was indeed a twist. Andy and Nicole had laid out 7 10x10 sandstone base plates, each with a different starting configuration. Some had decorations, others had gate frames, etc., and we'd all take one each. From there would be 7 rounds, each with a different rule, and each creator would rotate forward to the next build, picking up where the previous creator left off. So with that, let's begin. Round 1 was simple, and that's just to start building the tavern. We all had different items on our base plate, and this is where things got a little difficult. We're not allowed to move or delete any of the pre-placed items, nor are we allowed to delete or remove anything that the previous creator has made, so you have to work around them. Now, I got the gate frame base plate first, which I didn't think would be too bad, until I realised it was 1 tile off centre. Now, that didn't really affect much of what I'd already built, and I thought I'd be able to manage to transition one side into a shed roof, but those 5 minutes passed really quick, and we moved on to the next round. Round 2's stipulation was simply to continue building from what was left before. I was taking what was originally Jordeekai's build, however in the true spirit of the Chaos stream, she somehow wasn't in the clan and thus wasn't able to build for that first round, so I started off with a flat base plate again. I mixed arcane stone brick with Namidian and Aesir this time, creating arch sections on all sides and bringing up the walls to create a fairly solid tavern interior that kind of tapers in a bit. I believe Andy described it as looking like the start of a keep, which was kind of the idea. However, even though we were given 6 minutes for this challenge, that passed really quick, and then we moved on to the next round. Round 3 was a bit harder. Kinda nightmare fuel for me, to be honest, as we were only allowed to use red pieces. As long as it had even a little bit of red in it, it was good to go. Of course, I went for Khitan to start with, one of my least used sets, and decided to build up corner risers over the main bar area to give it a bit more of an interesting shape. I also did a bit of decorating using red pieces, but the most important part was definitely the Khitan sloping walls, as it played a big part in influencing the rest of the build for those behind me, and it makes it very different from anything else. Those 5 minutes were quickly up, and we moved on to the next round. In round 4, we had to build a new bedroom, with the only stipulation being, of course, a bed. We only got 4 minutes for this challenge, so we're a little bit more rushed than before. The tavern I got was pretty open plan with a balcony, and the new pieces just kinda slotted together in my head, so I built a 3x3 raised bedroom using Aesir pieces on the balcony itself. I actually managed to get a fair bit of decoration in too, which turned out really nicely. I probably would have decorated a little more, but in 4 minutes, I think it actually turned out really good. With that, the 4 minutes were up and we moved on. In round 5, we simply had to build a new floor, no matter the layout. Some of the other taverns were basically already complete, however I had a base that was fortunately open at the top, and I wanted to get a bit of a palette change in there. So I used Lost Dungeon spiral stairs to reach the new floor, and constructed an open-air, dungeon-themed drinking area above the bar. I'd actually not long finished building my Afterlife Tavern build, so I used some of the tricks from there, which turned out to work really well, and it's probably one of my favourite things I built this stream. That 5 minutes went by fairly fast, and we moved on to the penultimate round. Round 6 was a slightly more open challenge, basically being to build on the new floor. Nicole had said the original idea was to build a balcony, though it wouldn't necessarily work on some builds, so we just built on the top floor exclusively. I wanted to go with a mix of both, so I built a partial right angle balcony leading into a small bedroom section using Frontier and Aesir. I think this ended up working pretty well, though I definitely would have liked to do a bit more with this area with roofs and such. 4 minutes went by really quick. That being said, the interior side balcony which looks down into the rest of the tavern works really well. With that, we moved on to the final round. Round 7 stipulated that we build something related to an animal or a pet, taxidermied or alive. I decided to go with the taxidermied bat demon, and this was the only round that I didn't really have anything immediately come to mind. I decided to raise a black ice tower out of the roof for the bat to sit on like a perch. I gave it a bit of ornamentation with an hourglass shape and grounding into the roof with buttresses, and got the tower itself almost completely finished in the 6 minutes we had, save for a couple of lower buttresses. I was pretty happy with how the tower was looking, and with that, the time was up and our taverns were complete, and all that was left to do was name them. So here is everyone's final taverns. This was very different to the last Community Chaos stream, but a really good one. I had tons of fun with the Purge one and even more fun with this too. I've wanted to do something like this with other content creators for a while, and it was indeed suitably chaotic. Thank you for watching, and of course a massive thanks to our wonderful esteemed coffee cultists for continuing to support the channel over on Patreon. This definitely won't be the last Community Chaos stream. If you missed out at the time and wanted to watch the whole VOD, you'll find that linked in the description too from Funcom's perspective. Again, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon.